Hello and welcome to a Nation of Expert Gaming videos. Today I was going to be doing a FIFA 14 wish list. A lot of people have been doing these. I got to admit, I've seen Nepentez and a few other people doing like not really like a pure video on them, but their series they're involved in them. So I wanted to do one random video as I'm quite ahead on the videos. I wanted to do a wish list, and I'm going to do part 1 and part 2. If there's a part 3 needed, I'll do that as well. That's more than welcome. So I've got the things that I want in FIFA 14, and then there's part 2 will be things that you want. So definitely after this video, or even now if you can think of them, comment below and I will talk about them in part 2. So first off, in Ultimate Team I'm going for straight away, we've got formation card search. I gotta admit, I did want this kind of idea, but listening to Nepentez talking about them, it would mean that really all the formations would be a lot more expensive, and people could price fix them a lot easier, because then people could actually see where they are. And I completely agree with him. I think if we did have them actually looking at Nepentez's kind of guidance, it would be price fixed to the max, and it would be, you'd be paying like 5k for 442s. Well, you'd probably pay that anyway, but like you'd be paying like 10-20k for 442 cards, because people will price fix them, and I'm pretty sure they will do. Manager cards, I definitely want the search engine for this. So basically I can search on nationality. That would be so much more useful than how it is now. Like again, referring back to Nepentez, he said that really they can't be price fixed because there's too many of them. There is quite a lot of managers, especially gold. So to be fair, that wouldn't be too bad to put into nationalities, because it would be quite hard to price fix all their managers. But also I think a lot of people would find that a lot more useful. Then coming back to another topic, this is one that I've wanted personally, and that is international kits on Ultimate Team. I really do want international kits just to play in some. You always spend that time looking at looking for like the lookalike international kits, but I really wish they'd just have a section where they have the kits and badges of the international. I think it would be really cool to have like England as your home kit, and I can't see why not, to be fair. But it depends on how EA has the kind of copyrights for them, because obviously again I'm just like bumming off Nepentez this episode, but he did say about like how hard it is to, like, say if you got Ronaldo, if you could change the shirt numbers and everything, put Ronaldo in Man U 7, then you can have copyright against that. And to be fair, I think that probably would be the case as well, whereas you can't have like Balotelli or Chiellini, who are Italians, playing in an England kit. I'm not too sure if that is a case or if that's anything wrong, but according to Nepentez with the whole Ronaldo thing, I can understand why they wouldn't do that if there is a certain law against that. So I just really want international kits no matter what. Then we have customized name and badges. So yeah, I kind of like this, but to be fair, I like having the normal kits and badges. I don't think I'd like to kind of customize my kit, purely because I can't kind of make stuff like very good. Like people when they go on the COD emblems, I can't make that sort of stuff. I'm not that good at it. Whereas editors who can do that, they probably can do that pretty well, and they probably would make some really cool emblems. But that would obviously be a new thing to do. Just looking if there's any more Ultimate Team ones. Let's have a look. I don't think there is anything else. Okay, we're moving on now to the real FIFA, and we're going on to career mode. So one thing I'd like to do, I'd like to see even, is on the bench coming on. There's what it is like when I'm playing, say, Sturridge, and I've been injured for a while, like kind of like a bit of a what's it called, a spoiler, but I've been injured for quite a while, and now I'm coming back into the matches. The manager's still not playing me, but the reason why he's not playing me is because I'm not fit enough. But I think maybe when it comes to like the match before I actually go on straight away, I think I could like come back on in like the bench position. But you're not allowed. I don't think they can actually put you on the bench. Alex said that he's never been put on the bench, and I think they can't, like, because you've got to sim it, but then you need to go on if you go on in like the 60th minute. The way I want to see around that is, what you could do is you could be doing the sim in the matches, but as soon as it gets to the point where you come on the pitch, then a loading screen comes up like normal, and then you just play the match as normal. I really can't see the difficulty beyond that. Obviously I'm not an editor, so don't take me on that, but I think that would be a really cool feature onto career mode, and it would make it so much more realistic. The fact that you come back from an injury, no injury player comes back from an injury and then goes straight on. They're always on the bench for a couple of weeks, and then they put them on in like the 50th or 60th, 70th minute and just try them out for a bit. They've got to keep fit, whereas I've done that and then literally I've been injured straight after that because I'm not fully fit really. So I think that would be a great thing to come back. Well, to come back to be on FIFA. I mean. Another point, I want the blue square prem in FIFA. I know this is asking a lot because it's a whole new league. They already added the Saudi Arabia league, and they'll need to get more kind of signatures from managers and all that for the copyrights of the BSP. So I've heard someone told me that this would be on there. I really hope so, because then I'm going to definitely do a career with Tamworth and they are going to the Prem. That would be my kind of starting series no matter what. I think that would just be an absolute amazing series to do. So I really hope they come in. Then handball improvement. I kind of like the handballs, to be fair. It makes it more realistic when a player goes down and he does handball it, or he kicks it and you can see him like with his hands in the ball. But I think at the minute it would just be a real ball ache. The fact that you'd get that one person in the final 90th minute and it's 1-1, and then they'll get a penalty from you sliding across the ground and it hit your hand, and then they'd score a penalty and you'd be raging. You wouldn't like it. So obviously I can see why that is, but I think they could improve it. I'm not too sure how they would, but kind of like the aspect of it where when you do slide, I guess you does touch your hands sometimes, but I think they could improve it somehow. I think that would be one of their main focuses, that they should, to improve the kind of aspects they've already got. Going on that as well, I've got other minors like offside. Sometimes they're not offside when the ball is played, and they still get an offside. I think that could be improved. I'm pretty sure they probably are improving that constantly. Also, red and yellow cards. Sometimes I can get a yellow card for a complete red challenge, but then literally sometimes I can get a red card for a yellow challenge. So I really don't see how that works. Because I've been in the middle of the box, middle of the pitch. I've slid like full on straight on. I've got the ball completely, and he's gave me a red card for nothing. If anything, that should be a yellow. But to be fair, I don't see even the point of it being in a foul, because I've went through the guy, but I've got the player straight away. They got the ball straight away. I've went through the ball, and then the player's been caught. So I can't see the problem in that. But I'm pretty sure again they're kind of improving them as we speak. Then realistic bids on career. You can get kind of like young players for like 30 grand when they've got the prospects of going from like an 81 to a 92 or something like that. They've got like that kind of close overall rating. I think that they should be taken as they're going to reach that stage, and you're going to pay for what you're earning. When you're paying 30 grand for someone, fair enough, they're probably like 18, 17, but I think if you're going for like a person who you've got who is like he's got an overall rating of 85 to 92, I think you should be paying about 100 grand if they're going to be overall prospects to be that, because you're paying for quality, not like just a person. He is going to be that if you get him that way. So I think really realistic bids. Also, you can buy like people for a couple of million. You could probably buy like someone for like $1 million when on like real life he's worth like 15 million or something like that. But also they need to take into account like the inform stats, like say if I'm Messi and I've gone up to like a 98, instead of being the same price as what I was when I was a 95, I should go up like to a couple of more million, maybe even a few more million. But I think they do that sometimes, but not as much. So I'd love to see realistic bids. I think that would make the career much better as well. Also, maybe something to do with more youth, kind of bring in more youth players, maybe having more coaches that you can have. You can maybe employ more coaches. So instead of having 3, you can have like 10 slots, but you've got to buy each slot. Or like you got to buy a coach for each one. So I know you have to buy the coach as well, but I was thinking maybe you have to expand your kind of your career out, and then buy more youth slots, and then you can get more people going out and searching for you. Also, going on to the career, I'd love to see one. I don't know if this would happen or if this is kind of a bit more kind of spectator kind of game, but I'd love to be able to watch the match. Say if you're in reserves, you could go watch a youth match. They could generate some youth players, or you could even watch like the second team or anything like that. You could go play in the second team for a match if you're not fully fit, or even if you can go watch your team play. Say if you're in the FA Cup final but you're injured, you can go and watch that match and you can actually watch it. I think a lot of people won't like this because it's a bit it's a bit one that's time wasting. But I think for YouTubers and for some people, to be fair, who are dedicated for FIFA, they'd like to watch the match. They wouldn't like to see it simmed on the screen, and it would be pretty cool to watch it from like a spectator view. So I don't know if that's kind of a thing, but I just thought about it and I thought I'd share it. I thought it was not a bad idea, so hopefully you'd agree with me or anything like that. So that's one of the things I'll go for. Also, we've only got 2 more now. Improve crowds. I think they do that every year, to be fair. They do a good job with crowds. They've gone from pretty much like just stickmen to literally full-on crowds. So I think they'll constantly improve that to kind of more realistic players, like how the players have advanced themselves. They're so realistic, and to be fair, even if they had kind of like a load of players, but then a load of fans, but then split into like loads of different sections, like as in they've got a group and then they just generate them the whole round of the pitch. Maybe even if they kind of like just generate them so there's enough for a section and then they can move on to another section. That's what I'm meaning. Like say if you've got like 50 people that are completely unique, and then you just generate the 50 people loads of times over to fill the stadium, but they are generated so you can't really tell. I think that would be pretty decent, to be fair. And finally, more impact engine. I think the impact engine's really good since it's came in, and I think if they can improve that even more, it's gonna be FIFA's. A lot of people can't see the difference in FIFA, but I got to admit, I can see a big difference, and I've played FIFA for years now, so I can still see what's coming on. So if they can bring in more kind of impact engine, I think that would be absolutely epic. So there is my changes I'd like to make. I probably could think of a few more, so maybe I might add them in part 2. But comment below what you think. Do you think there's anything different you'd like to change? Is there anything different from me? Or do you agree with me? So definitely leave the comments below. I'd love to have a chat. And also, if you like the Facebook page, I'll be having a chat there with you. So yeah, remember to like if you'd enjoyed. Make sure you come back for part 2. That would be pretty epic. It'll probably be in like kind of like a playlist for this. And then there we go. So hopefully enjoy the video. Remember to subscribe for more content. And I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.